Hare Krishna. So we'll do the Pranam mantra. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Angum Langhayate Girim Yat Kirpatadham Bande Shri Gurum Dintaranam Pramanand Madhvam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pacharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare हरे राम 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 हरे हरे नाम संकीर्तन की जय। हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। इस्कॉन फाउंडर आचार्य आई डिवाइन जय प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. All goes to
थैंक यू
Prabhupada.
प्रभु। Always जय प्रभुपाद। So from last week I believe we have started chapter 16, the divine and demoniac nature, and the verses that we are going in this chapter is very straightforward verse, and it talks straight, tells exactly the message that has to be delivered. So we'll read the verses, and if there is anything that anybody would like to discuss, please raise your hand or uh, just shout out, Prabhu. I would like to have a little bit discussion on this particular verse, or what is this, what is that. Whatever questions you have coming up, you can ask. But this chapter should be very informative chapter, and just by going through this chapter, if we understand each and every verses, we should know what is divine nature and what is asuric nature, what is demoniac nature. Just by going through the verses, very clearly talks about it. So last class we finished verse number 1 to 3, where Krishna is talking about the divine qualities. So today we are going to talk about asuric quality, asuri sampada, or demoniac quality. So very first verse that we are going to see, Krishna is saying Daivi Sampada Vimokshaya Nibandh Nibandhya Ashuri Mata Ma Shucha Sampadam Daivim Abhijato Pasi Pandavam. So Arjun has been fighting, healing. He has been acting as a Kshatriya. So Arjun has a doubt that, my dear Lord, what is my quality? Do I fall under divine quality, or do I have asuric demoniac quality? He is curious to know about it. So from verse number 5, we'll mostly hear about demoniac quality, and then uh, I should have basically walked you through this one. Hold on just 1 minute. So from verse number 4 to 8, we are going to see the demoniac quality, asuric quality, and then what are the activities? How do they act? Okay, and then how, by giving up the demoniac tendency, what this personality does. And the example is given here that by following the do's and don'ts of a scripture, which we also do, the divine quality or Daivic quality will start appearing into human being. So I'll go through verse by verse, and feel free to interfere anytime and let me know if we have to discuss more about any particular topic. So these two qualities are the fruit of that banyanteria, Suthama tree, material world that we talked about in previous chapter. So this tree has true fruit, which means the human being that is in this material world are either of divine quality or they are of the asuric quality. So Arjun, as usual, right? We'll have a question that okay, Prabhu, I read about all of this. So where we I fall? I have some good quality, some bad quality, right? Everybody will be curious. Like that, Arjun is also curious. So Krishna says that Daivi Sampada Vimokshaya Nibandhya Ashuri Mata. People who are of the divine quality, Vimokshaya, that divine quality is very conducive to liberation, moksha. Hare Krishna Manohar Prabhu. So this divine quality is very conducive to liberation. Nibandha, Nibandha Ashuri Mata. And this Asuri Subhav is cause of bondage. Nibandhya. Bandhya. Bandhya means to bound. So divine quality is very conducive. It's not in itself everything. It's very conducive for liberation. And demons or demoniac qualities are cause of bondage. Masuchaha sampadam dayam. But Masuchaha means don't worry. Krishna is saying to Arjun, oh Arjun, you should not worry. Because your quality is Daivi Sampadam. Your quality is divine. Don't worry, Ocean Pandava, Abhijatavasi, you are born with the divine quality. So Arjun fighting or Arjuna fighting is a divine quality. And then Krishna says, Dau, Dau, two. Dau Bhuta Shargau Lokyashmin. Daiva Asura Evacha. Daivo Vistar Shaha Prokta Asurim Partha Vishnu. So in this world, there are two kinds of being. Who are those two types of being? Who are those? Daiva, divine, and Ashura, demoniac. Daivo Vistar Saha Prokta. But I have already explained to you about the divine qualities. Asurim Partha Vishnu. Oh Partha, O Arjun. Now let us hear about these demoniac qualities from me. And then from here, Krishna starts talking about what are these asuric quality. Verse number 7. Pravritim cha nivritim cha jana na vidur asura. Na shaucham napi cha acharo na satyam teshu vidyate. So pravritim cha nivritim cha. Pravriti marg and nivriti marg. Marg of liberation is nivriti marga. And pravriti marga is marg of sense enjoyment. So they do not know pravritim what is to be done and nivritim what is not to be done. So pravritim cha nivritim cha jana vidur asura. This asuric personality, the people of demoniac mentality, jana na vidura, they don't know. Vidu means knowing. So jana asura, people who are of asuric quality, they do not know what is to be done and what is not to be done. Na shocham, they are not clean. Napi cha acharo, neither their character is good. Their behavior is not good. They are not clean. Na satyam, teshu vidyate, they are not truthful. So, verse number 7 says that they don't know what to be done and what is to be not done. Everything to be done, everything not to be done. They don't know. Jana, na vidur, asura. Asuri personality they don't know. Na socham napi chacharo. They are not clean and their behavior is also not good. Na satyam. They are not truthful. Asatyam aparitishtham te jagad ahur ani ishwaram apraprasya apraspara aprasper. Prosper, aprasper. Prosper means connected, dependency. But apraspara means thinking that there is no relationship, there is no, here the translation is given, thinking that there is no cause. Shambhutam kimanyat kam hai tu. Now these are really beautiful, beautiful words. Ashatyam apratistha hamte. So they think, what they think? They think this material world is false. Ashatyam. Satyam means false. And Krishna in the previous verse said that Brahmanu pratisthaham. I am the foundation, Brahman, right? And then many verses you will see, Matri, Dhatri, Pita. This material world is not orphanage. It says that I am the father, I am the uh, caretaker. But this Asuric type of personality, they think that this whole material world is false and it does not have a foundation. Foundation here means it does not have somebody who is caretaking of it, guiding it, mentoring it. Mentor, we say, right? Parents are mentor for the babies, for the kids. And then apraspara sambhutam, thinking that there is no cause. There is no cause. This is just, Big Bang theory. It came from nothing. And it's just going through so many ups and downs and so many processes happening into the material world, good and bad, right? They think that all of these have no cause. Kimanyat kama hatukim. And everything that is existing, it's existing, or it has come into the existence because of the kimanyat kama hatukim. Now, hetu means cause. So everything has come because of the sexual desire. So each living being has sexual desire, and the sexual desire of living being is cause this creation. It has no meaning, it has no cause. There is nobody who is really taking care of it, and a whole material creation is false. So that's what they think. So far, are we okay? Is it making sense? The verses are understood.
Yeah. I mean,
Clear?
this conception comes totally from a materialistic standpoint, right? I mean, thinking that uh,
Mayavadi.
every there's nothing spiritual. This is everything is me, mine, and my body and its relationships.
Yeah, Janana Vidur Ashura. Yeah, they are not in knowledge. So that knowledge could have different stature, or it could come from different source. Sometimes it could come from the source of 100% materialistic view. Sometimes it could be from the source of compassion and other welfare, all that thing except Krishna, except Supreme Lord. So atheistic view, Prabhu,
Yeah. Mhm.
atheistic view, very atheistic view, very atheistic view. And you will see some of the verses that will even tell this thing, in a much defined way. But in nutshell, it's kind of atheistic view, thinking that there is nobody controlling. It's all false, and there is no cause of this creation. Everything has come because of the hetu, because of the uh, sex desire or lust, and asatyam when it is false. So what they do,
Hare Krishna.
beautiful, beautiful. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhuji, before you go further, you just mentioned the word out of compassion. So could you please explain a little bit more about it? Because that is something I heard, like it sounds very familiar. That sister Shivani group, they also have something like that, so I just wanted to know a little bit more about the compassion part. So out of compassion, you said that,
Yes, Mataji.
did you get my question, Prabhuji? Okay.
Yeah,
So
I think
atheistic
I got
view
part
out of
of it.
compassion, that's what I was
Right, right.
thinking.
For example, there is Narayan hai, type of mentality. Or charity is everything, or helping people. Uh, like if you see some poor people, and don't take in a wrong
Mhm.
connotation, but these are human emotion, right? So what happens with all of this thing is that we are forgetting that there is somebody behind you and I, right? You have your own destiny. I have my own destiny. I have my prarabdha karma. You have your own prarabdha karma. So whatever situation we are going through, help is not. So if I slow down a little bit and try to explain it better, don't straight think that compassion is wrong. As a living being also, as a devotee also, when we are trying to reach out to somebody or preaching the signs of Krishna consciousness, that's also coming from the stage of compassion. We have to help living beings. So the helping mentality definitely is the good quality. But thinking that that there is no God, and thinking that if there is God, then why this person is suffering, right? You will see people. Oh, I don't believe in God. If there is God, then why people are suffering like that? People will say, why to waste money uh, worshipping deity? Same money can be used to feed thousands of the poor people. So you'll see this type of mindset, right? So the so it says that the intent might be good, but intention is not good. Or the way it is being expressed is not good. Maybe you are talking on the compassion, but the way you are expressing is not right. So, Prabhupada said that what is the difficulty? Chant and be happy. People who have problem, they go to our temple, they join the temple, they join the movement and be devotee, preach, and Krishna will take care of you. So, compassion is not wrong, but understanding that compassion is everything that one need, and then there is nothing after that. That is asuri. I don't know if that is sufficient enough, or you have something else as a follow up, Mataji.
Prabhuji, I got it. Thank you.
So we need to have the compassion, and as a society, by the way, I can also tell you I'm being recorded. Uh, Sometimes I just keep quiet because I cannot really make change at this point, although I would like to. But all of these things are not recommended by our acharyas, like all the charity and this that. This is the highest most charity is that book distribution. Nobody would go for the book distribution. If you are really caring for the book, welfare of the people, go for the book distribution. Go for Harinam distribution. Taking the cloth from one person and giving to other person. That's not what our acharyas have ever taught. Look into the history of Brahmada Gauriya Sampradaya. Never. Well, you can't do anything. You have to just, people have different opinion. And you will see Krishna is saying at the end of this chapter, things have to be done as per the teaching of the Shastra. As Shastra says, what is to be done, what is not to be done. So on superficial level, these are good. No doubt about it. This compassion, I'm not saying, please don't take me wrong. Compassions are good. But compassion should be for right cause. Compassion should be to help living being to awaken their Krishna consciousness, awaken their God consciousness. That is ultimate compassion. But there could be relatively different types of compassion too, and those are compassion. So Krishna is saying here, etam drishtim, and this verse itself will tell you very nicely. Etam drishtim avastavya. So, ava astavya. Na astamo mano alpa buddhaya nasto atmano prabhavanti yugra karmanaha chaya jagato ahita. That's what happened. That's what happened. What happens? Etam drishtum avastavya nasta atmano alpa buddhaya. So these less intelligent people, what they do? What they do? They are lost. They themselves are lost. And by this way, they engage in ahita. They engage in unbeneficial ugra karmaha, ugra, horrible activity. And what happens as the result of that? Chayaya jagato. They bring this world at the verge of destruction. Then atom bomb, nuclear bomb, all of these bombs, accidentally these things will collapse. This will open up. What will happen? All of us are gone, right? This is Asuric mentality, thinking that, this nuclear bomb and wasting energy in researching the fusion of electron, proton, and neutron, whatever it is. So they will bring this material world at the verge of destruction because they are engaged in ugra karmanaha. They are engaged in horrible work. And by doing that, they harm themselves too. And I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Like for example, Mataji, habit of, drinking. People who have money and they have everything, they would buy very expensive liquor and every night they would have one or two pack. What is that? Is it not just destructing ourselves? And all of those people dies sooner than normal people. That's what I have seen. I don't know. So there are some of the examples in the society where you would see that people are harming themselves. And Krishna is saying that those Ashrik mentality type personality, they are lost in themselves and they are engaged in Ugra Karmaha. They are engaged in horrible activity and they are harming themselves and they are harming the society, the community. Isn't it true?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I have few questions. Can I?
Yeah, ask one question. Try to
Yeah.
put everything together.
Yeah, particularly, as we are talking about these things, right? Okay, if whatever we do, there is no question of good in it, then definitely it is normally no multiple questions. Means, for example, whatever you're saying, liquor and all, there is no advantage for anyone. So that is the demonic, definitely. But some of the things always be questionable particularly whatever you have given the previous examples, right?
Yeah.
Definitely giving the Krishna consciousness is highest. But suppose the people, what normally people think that yes, Krishna consciousness, in that way we are helping them to go to God back where the people came from. But currently I'm suffering. I don't have a food. I don't have clothes. So why you are? I agree that is the next life, but my first of all, you need to solve my current problem, and then we can always solve the next. What we'll answer for them.
Yeah. So there are many answers for that, and I would not answer that. I would let all of you discuss that. That's a good point. But only one thing I would tell is we are hearing teaching of Krishna, you know, and Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the message that's coming from Supreme Lord is ultimate teaching. Prabhupada said that we want all the follower of Krishna consciousness to be first class person, right? So we are talking about ultimate teaching, and we are talking about being a first class person. You having that knowledge, you know, up till until now, maybe I thought that other good cause is a good cause. Yeah, it's good cause, but it's not ultimate cause. Krishna is teaching here about ultimate cause. What is ultimate? Okay, yeah. No, your question was that Prabhu, why you are stopping me doing something that has some short-term good, benefit associated to it. I'm not saying that we should not do it, but at the same time, it's really not good enough. This is good, might be the same energy, the same resources if you put, you might be able to do ultimate good for the mankind. If you have $5 and you have to invest it, what is the, wisdom that you get the best possible outcome out of it? So that's what we are talking about. I'm not criticizing, that part, but it's good, but it's not ultimately. Okay, there are other answers also, but I would like to hear from other devotees. What do you think, Mataji? The question that she brought is a good question. Why you are, not letting people do at least immediate good? For
No,
example,
I understand. Maybe if a person have these two options immediately, say, as you mentioned, right? I have $5, but there is a person where immediately required food, and where I can give to the Krishna consciousness. So, how I need to make a decision? Definitely, yes, Krishna consciousness is ultimate cause for me. Yeah.
So what Prabhupada said, if we have to give the food, what Prabhupada said, what type of food we should give? Honor Prabhu?
Yeah, I mean, Prabhupada said that within 10 miles of a temple, no one should go hungry.
Yes.
They should be fed prasadam.
Yes, they should be fed prasadam. So that $5, if you have to, you talked about food, specifically about food. Yeah, give the food, but the food should be, prasadam of Krishna, because that will help that person to awaken their consciousness. Yeah, you feed, but you feed, like for example, very basic example that I can give you, that we see people, begging, and most of the time the money that you give, either they buy cigarette or they buy liquor on the name of buying food. So all of these things are there, all of these things are part of the puzzle. But yeah, you have to help people, but help in a refined way. That's what we are saying. We are not saying that we should not help. What
Hare
else?
Krishna Prabhu, can I add a little bit?
Yeah, please add.
So in here, helping, when we are helping, there is one thing, the consciousness of the giver also matters a lot. Like if we as a devotee, if we are completely surrendered to Krishna, and we have a firm belief that Krishna will avashya rakhi
Yeah,
be Krishna, right? That's
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
there's a verse,
Yeah.
Lakshmi Krishna. So we know that he is going to take care of everybody. So with that bhavna, if we give prasadam to people, yes, first immediately, like bhuke pet puja bhajan nahi hota. So
Yeah.
definitely that part has to be taken care of, and with that prasadam, the bhakti seed is sown into the person who is
Yeah.
receiving that one. With that consciousness, once the seed starts sprouting in it, that is the way
Yes.
we might be able to succeed in bringing that person to Krishna consciousness.
Yes. And that is why prasadam distribution, Prabhupada said that my temples are for prasadam distribution, book distribution, harinam distribution. Give them the holy name, help the people get and read Prabhupada's, Vedic scripture, and let them eat prasadam. So we are helping. We are helping people, but we are helping, in a very shastric way that will for sure give the fulfill the immediate need, at the same time give the seed of devotion. I totally agree with that's a good point. What else?
Prabhuji, I just wanted to say to add one more point. Like anything we do, if we just add Krishna, like initially it may be very too much to say, okay, you do chanting, you this do 16 round chanting and leave meat eating, everything, all those things. So you just say whatever you do, just add Krishna into it, and that is a good start for people may take it, and the, and it may be beneficial. Of course, prasadam is also just like food plus Krishna mercy added to it.
Yeah. Yes. Yat karosya dasnasi. Yes. Yes. So we have gone through the ladder, and somewhere on the ladder you start, but then also as we advance, where we start matter. But yes, I agree. Mataji, is it good enough, Santa Mataji?
Sure, Prabhuji.
No, are you happy or you just compromise with the answer? Because you say yes, Prabhuji, means okay, Prabhu, I heard you, but I
No,
have,
no, no, no. No, Prabhuji, yeah. No, because particularly food, yeah, whatever Mataji mentioned it,
or
yeah.
even clothing and everything else. We are not, against. In fact, devotee has the highest, most compassion. We don't have to be hard-hearted. No, we have to be soft-hearted. Otherwise, people of bhakti will not nourish. Have to be soft-heart. Compassion is very important. Jiv daya, nam ruchi, taradharma sar. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has said. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
compassion for Jiv.
Yeah, whatever we do, always the intention is always important, as you mentioned, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Jiv daya we have to do. Very important.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. Thank you. I can see you are smiling now. That's good.
Just
Demoniac
one
tendencies.
point, Prabhuji. Here,
Yeah.
Vigrahana, I agree. The people whoever spend time on building those, that bombs and all that, right? That.
Ugra karma, yeah, horrible, ugra, yes, Mataji, right.
But if I'm doing for protection of my country, what we say, Prabhuji? Normally,
I
okay,
don't know. This is very deep subject, honestly. This will completely, take, whole session. What is our country and what is my nationality? And
because see, the others are coming in. I need to support
you
myself,
have to
or I need
chant
to
maybe
protect
5 more
myself.
years to understand this question a little better. Naham Vipro Nanarpati, Gopi Bharta Pad Kamla Das Dasanda. We have to chant a little bit more. I mean, I can try to attempt to answer this, but you would not like the answer. So let's, but yes, But this Ugra karma is, I mean, you just said that, Avasya Rakshive Krishna. Krishna will protect me, right? You just said, somebody said that. If that's the belief, so dharman pariteja mamekam saranam braja ham sara pape mokshasami masucha. If we really believe on all these things, then where is nationality? Did Prabhupada acted like, Krishna consciousness is only for Indians? Besides, when Prabhupada was giving instruction by Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Prabhupada said, but exactly like this. But my dear Guru Maharaj, who will listen this science of Krishna consciousness? Right now, we are under, ruling of British government. We need independence. We need to be free. Then what was the answer given by Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj? What was the answer? What was the answer?
All these problems always be there. Those
Yeah,
are
but
never.
what was the typical, what was the standard answer? What was the answer, Prabhu? Sadbhujanand Prabhu. What was the answer that Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj gave? Prabhupada. Is busy. Okay, Manohar Prabhu, your turn. What was the answer?
He said that Krishna consciousness is
Yeah.
very important,
Yeah.
means supremely important. It's above all this national, this independence of nation and all this bodily things.
Okay, Mataji. So that is the answer. I'm not giving. Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj says Srila Prabhupada. Krishna consciousness doesn't depend on all of these things. It's very, very important. Okay. People of every country, every nationality, every caste, color, creed, birth, they're going through cycle of punarapi janmam, punarapi maranam, janmitu jara badi. Everybody is suffering. Where there is no disease. So what is this boundary? No, it might, in one way, people in one boundary is suffering more than people in the other boundary, right? Type of suffering might be a little different, but suffering is everywhere. So yes, that is the answer. So kamam asritya dushpuram, dambha, mana, madanvitah, mohad, grihitva, asad girhan, paravartante, asuchi, uratah. So kamam asritya dushpuram. Dushpuram, insatiable. Insatiable, kamam, the desire, enjoyment. Lust. Lust is insatiable. It never gets satisfied. So kamam asritya dushpuram, taking shelter of insatiable thirst for enjoyment. Dambha, mana, madanvita, absorbed in conceit of pride and false prestige. Mohad, illusion. And grihat, avashad, grahan. They are attracted, they are attached to something which is ashad. Grahitva, ashad. Ashad and shat, right? Something which is not permanent. Paravartante, asuchi vrata, are always asuchi vartaha. They are always unclean and they are always taking vows, unclean vows, vows, vows. I'm taking the vow that with my full consciousness, honesty, and dignity, I'll serve as the XYZ and I'll make sure that I would not break the rules and regulations. Do they not break the rules and regulations? So, Ashuchi, unclean vow, Shuchi, Ashuchi Vartaha. This applies to us also a little bit. Now, we also have taken the vows of chanting 16 rounds, following the four reality principles. So, if we are not following those vows that we have taken in front of our spiritual master, then we are also being of demoniac tendencies. So that's what they do. They have taken the shelter of insatiable thirst for enjoyment. Yeah, very, enjoyment is very important. And then they are fully absorbed in pride and false prestige. They are always confused and they are attracted to impermanent and taking oath, taking vows which are unsanitary. So these are the demoniac people. And then here you hear very carefully. Chintam apare mayam cha. Chinta means, right, anxiety. Apari mayam. Parimayam, something that has boundary.
Boundary, measurable.
Yeah, measurable, something that we can measure, but aparimayam, unmeasurable. So
Mm.
chintam aparimayam cha, they have ghor, immeasurable anxiety. Pralayantam upasritaha. Kamo, kam means sex. Kamo upabhoga. Kamo upabhoga param hitavad iti nishitah. So they believe that to gratify the senses is the prime necessity of the human civilization. Where is that? Where is that word coming? Where is that in Sanskrit, in the verse? The last two lines. Kamo and bhoga. Right?
Kama bhoga.
Right?
Kama bhoga parama. Mhm.
Yeah. Param means greatly, primarily, primarily necessity. Right? And so sense enjoyment is the prime necessity of the human civilization. And due to that understanding, they have taken huge oppermayam, immeasurable anxiety. For how long?
Till the
For
end
how
of the
long?
life.
Till the end
Forever.
of the life. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, parlayantam. Parlaya antam. By the end of their destruction. So, I mean, this is beautiful. I think this applies to many. At least it applies to me. Hope I'm falling into that category. Thinking that, house, this and that. Otherwise, I would be better devotee than what I'm. So these verses are not only, don't think that there is somewhere somebody Ashuric. These are also applicable for us too. So thinking this will purify our consciousness towards Krishna, help us understand any impurity that we have inside will be taken out. So chintam aparimeyam cha, immeasurable anxiety. For how long? Pralayantam, until the end of their days. Upasritam. Upasritam means they have taken shelter. If we go word by word, they have taken shelter of immeasurable anxiety until the end of their life. Why? Kamo upabhoga parama etavad iti nishchita. Certainly that is calm sexual desire or lust or senses is being given here. Sense is the sensual urge. Bhoga means enjoyment. Nishchita is the for sure, or the word is being used here, believing. For sure is the goal of the life. And then what happens with that one? Asa pasa sater baddha kama krodha prayana ihante kama bhogartham anya anya anena artha sanchayam anayena artha sanchayam anayena. So asa pasa sater badha. Asa
Hope.
means hope. Yes. And pasa means network.
Pasha means rope. Huh?
Rope.
Mm.
Rope. Yes. So asa pasa sater badha.
Ropes of
You know?
hope.
Yeah. So they are bound by thousands, satar, right? Thousands.
Mhm.
Thousand ropes of desire. Okay. And what they are? Prayana. You know what is prayana? One who is engaged, one who is intended towards. Prayana means one who is intending towards. So Kam Krodha Prayana is intending with Kam and Krodha. Kam, lust, Krodha, anger. Iha ante Kama Bhogartham. For what? For sense enjoyment. Anya Inyartha Sanchayam. And they are collecting by
Illegal.
Anayena Artha, by illegal means. So bound by a network of thousands of desires and absorbed in lust and anger, they secure money by illegal means for sense gratification. Is it not true? Huh?
Yeah.
Isn't Krishna? So that's why, I think we should, I sometimes think that 16 chapter verses should be taught, when we are talking. Let's give a synopsis of, okay, let's come together here. Don't say anything, just read the verses. I'm not saying anything. Krishna has spoken in 16th chapter, and he is saying who these people are. And it's directly hitting on the head, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
See, when you first read Bhagavad Gita 16th chapter, you identify more with these verses than the first three verses.
Oh, I'm still identifying with these verses. Honestly, the first
Yeah.
three verses is dream for me. I can tell you, I'm being recorded. I have no doubt. I can tell you that these are, this reflects, how still, the way of working and doing and
Yeah.
thinking is like that. Huh? At least mine is like that. Hope Krishna will help me quickly so that I can become his
You're saying
subservient.
that
Who-
your
Creator knows his creation, right?
Huh?
Creator knows his creation.
Creator knows his creation, right?
What the
What is the
creature?
what you were trying to communicate with that one?
Pardon me, sir.
Huh?
What?
Please say.
Oh,
No, what you
so
wanted to say with that?
so Krishna knows like what my creation is going to be like.
Oh,
Both demoniac and uh, Asuri and Devi, both of them will be there, and how the demoniac tendencies will be, and how the good qualities would be, the divine qualities would be.
Hmm.
So that's what I wanted
I
to
see.
say.
So anybody has to say anything on this verse? Asa pasa satar bandha hai, काम क्रोध प्रायण ह्यांते काम भोगार्थम अन्य ayena artha sanchayam. Anybody has to say anything about it? Is it clear? Is it not a good word?
Yeah, this material world is all like this, right, Prabhu? The means that's where to come out of this, we definitely need this detachment and all, whatever Krishna mentioned in the last chapter. But ideally, we are always like with these three gunas. Definitely, we always be in this loop.
You are not. You are trying to be devotee, so I'm sure once you are exposed to this teaching, then I think we are not 100% like that.
Yeah,
But
what I'm saying. Yeah,
the people who are not exposed to this teaching, people who are not associating with devotee, not reading the Shastra, then they are the one who are doing like this, not knowing, right? There was a verse before that says that Pravritim cha, Vritim cha. Here Pravritim na, cha, Nivritim cha. They don't know what is to be done, what is not to be done, and then they keep on doing things like that. But I think as a devotee, at least maybe we are not quite there, but we are aware that this is weakness and this has to go. The value system versus conditioning. Remember that slide that we see? War of.
yeah. Can't we say these are all attributes or qualities of this material world?
Why? Material world also has, Prabhupada. Material world also has, Vishnaji Prati Thakur, Baldev Vidyabhushan, devotee like,
That's where,
all of
so
you.
that that's where, as you mentioned, right? Default material world is like this, but to come out of this, where we need to uh, get these teachings and have the
I mean, this
detachment, all
proportion
these.
will change, to answer your question correctly. This proportion will change. Right now, maybe there is weak or very small percentage of the people who are of the divine quality.
Hmm.
As Kali Yuga will become dark and dense, maybe that percentage will decrease. But there'll be always good and bad people in every time.
Yeah.
Relatively good and relatively bad people. But in Kali Yuga, maybe this Asurik
Demonic
Bhava might be in dominant. Yeah. But we all are trying. So how you can say, and there are many, millions of devotees all over the world. Plus, from other schools too. So that proportion may change. Idam adya maya labdam. Imam prapashya manoratham. Idam asti idam api me. Bhavishyati punardhanam. Oh, see how much wealth I have today. Idam adya maya labdam. Means how much I have achieved. Adya means today. How much I have achieved today. Right? One thing that I have noticed, I can tell you, whatever job people are doing, whoever you talk to, they think they are very important person. I mean, maybe on a materialistic platform, it might be a good way of thinking like that. But my observation is that you talk to a person who is serving water, you talk to the person who is flying planes, talk to the person who is whatever admin assistant or whatever job they are doing. I mean, we have to think. But everybody I talk, I feel like that their job is so important. Without them, the whole world will not move. That type of impression I get. So the demoniac person thinks that so much wealth do I have today. Imam prapasya manoratham, and I'll get more according to my scheme. Manoratham, manoratham, my plan and mind. Mind is known the ratha, manoratham, chariot of mind. So idam adya my all of them, imam prapasya manoratham, idam asti idam api me. And this is mine right now. This is mine. Bhavisti punardhanam. And in the future, I will increase it. Bhavishyati punardhanam. I'll make it more and more. So this type of mentality is completely materialistic mentality. Ashau maya hatah satru. Ashau maya hatah satru. Anishaye chaparanapi. Ishwarvaham ham bhogi. Sidovaham. This is very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And we can really eat this verse in multiple ways. Ashau Maya Dashat. Now I have killed my enemy. Anishya Cha Paranapi. He means also. Anishya will be killed. And my enemies who have not been killed yet will be killed in future. Ishwaroham. I am the Lord of everything. Ham Bhogi. I am the employer. Shidho Aham. I am perfected. And Balwan Shukhi. I am the most powerful and very happy person. So this type of, mentality. And you should read the purport of these verses. Right? People, there are many people, right, who come and they say that they are incarnation of, Lord Shiva, and they are incarnation of Lord Vishnu, they are incarnation of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No, Ishwaro Aham. It's not just the theoretical understanding, but even you would see that happening. That's happening in the today's societies. Anybody, anything to say about that verse before I move to next one?
World leaders are also doing the same thing, Prabhuji, today.
Yeah, Prabhu.
Dictators, right? So anybody comes against to them or even criticize them, even not in words, just killing them so that there is no, nobody says
Yeah.
anything to him. And so this verse is very relevant to for that kind of people, like what is going on, really going on in the world today. So
Mm.
in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was noting, Prabhuji, how many times the word I, me, mine has been used in this verse.
Mameti. Yeah.
So it's all about me and mine in this, nothing about, you know, yours, even yours, or what to talk about God, it's all right.
Mm.
Prabhuji, in this one, in verse 14, he is my enemy. I have killed him. So killing, does it have to be literal killing, or sometimes we just
Put
shiver
him,
the
yeah, putting
shiver
it
the
down also or conquering over. It's rivalry or
Mhm. Okay.
type of
Yeah.
situation. It's the rivalry situation. Rivalry. Where one is, competing, right? So, got it. Type of attitude. And in certain cases, it may be killing also, right? In envy, people kill. In politics, you will see that, right?
But this
Kill
word,
their enemy.
particularly in this words, is hataha. Hataha has been killed. It literally, hataha is killed only. The Sanskrit word meaning is not physical killing.
Yeah,
It-
hata means physical killing also. Hata literally meaning here. Hata means killing, killed. So I have killed him, but the killed can have contextual meaning also. But yes, that's why I said that killing could be killing as well. And people does do killing, right? Yes. It says the word is exactly used here. Maya hataha satru. I have killed my enemy. Anything?
Prabhuji, one thing I was noting, I mean, this whole chapter starts with the word fearlessness. Uh, fearlessness. Abhayam,
Mhm.
Sattva Samsuddhir. Um, and then when it starts with demonic qualities, uh, it is starts with pride. So the very feeling, it's interesting that a person who is God conscious is fearless, whereas a person who is not God conscious is very proud.
Oh, you are
Yet,
basically, yeah,
yet,
this is commentary. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Yes. Go
yet
ahead.
he's full of anxieties and
I think
full of
this is
fear.
this is this is one of the commentary by one of our acharya that divine quality starts with fearlessness, which is being dependent on God. And I don't recall who has written this. And then bad quality starts with pride. It's a good catch. Good catch. Yeah, that's why I'm not rushing through these verses. I'm giving you time to digest it, listen it, hear it, understand it.
So Other thing also, Prabhuji, I mean, yesterday we were also discussing in our congregation, like
Yeah.
when we try to measure our spiritual progress,
Uh-huh.
um, we can take this chapter as a, uh, you know, uh, different.
As a
How
mirror.
far, as a I mean, yeah, we can say these are the qualities. How far are we improving our
Exactly.
divine qualities versus how far we are,
Exactly.
you know,
That's why I say that some of these things, will apply to us. And when I said that, many of these things are, resembling my consciousness. So, yeah, we still have this, we are not 100% pure devotee.
right?
I mean, not, it's not the right way to say technically. Sometimes, some of the word is not technically right. But, uh, but in the process of purification, that's what we are purifying against, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. We are
Mm,
purifying ourselves against some of these impurities,
mhm.
right? We don't want it, right? We don't want to feel like that Ishwaro aham bhogi, chedo aham balwan sukhi. We don't want that.
Yeah.
And then next verse we'll see what he's saying. It says
I mean, the
adhiyo.
opposite, yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
sorry.
Please, no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, opposite would be Trinada Pisini Chena Tarurapi Sahishnu. I mean, it's exactly opposite of what these kind of people giving respect to everyone, being humble.
And when Krishna is saying this to Arjun, Krishna, Mataji says that Creator knows the creation. Krishna knows our heart, right?
Yeah.
And he knows that people would think like that.
Mm,
You know, Adhyo Abhi Janavan Asmi Janavan. Abhi Adhyo Abhi Janavan Asmi. Kuanyo Asti Sadrisho Maya. Oh my gosh. Kuanyo Asti Sadrisho Maya. See?
happy.
Kuanyo Asti. There is who? Anyo. There is who? Like me.
Mm,
Isn't it? Even see that's you will see in a devotee. My idea, my thinking, my process. I'm the boss right now. I have to do things the way I want to do it. You have to listen me. If you listen me, you are good. If you don't, all of that. Krishna says,
My way or
"Koanyasti
highway.
sadrish." Yeah, my way is the highway. I
Mm,
mean, we have this, right? So sometimes, we have to, go back and say that, need some rectification here. So, Koanyasti sadrisho maya. Maya, who is even equivalent to me, right? Yakshaye dashyami modishya iti agyana, ajana, or agyana vimohita. Iti agyana vimohita. So, adyo abhi, abhi janavan asmi. Right now, I'm surrounded by so many of our relatives. I have so many richest men surrounded by aristocratic relatives. So, who is more powerful and happier than I am? And who will read next one? I would like somebody of you to read that since we had some discussion on that. Will you read that one?
16.
No, the remaining part of that verse, that translation that I haven't finished. There is none so powerful and happy as I am. Then what he says after that? I shall,
Uh,
I
I shall
shall.
I shall perform sacrifices, I
Mhm.
shall give some charity, and thus I shall rejoice. In this way, such persons are deluded by ignorance.
So what do you all think? We had some discussion in the very beginning of the session today.
yeah. Yeah.
What Krishna is
Charity.
saying? Such persons are deluded by.
Ignorance.
The
I'm not
charity in the
saying. Please
mode
for.
of passion.
Yeah. Please go ahead. Yeah.
I mean, there are three types of charity defined, right, in 18 chapters. So the charity in the mode of passion.
Passion,
Yes.
ignorance, and
Yes.
but
Means
the purpose
here
of.
here he is doing the charity that okay, I only can do. That is the seems to be intention, right?
Charity. Charity is done for name, fame,
Name.
glories. People
Yeah.
will think that one of the devotee was giving class, and he says in India, if you go to any temple, you'll see that there are fan. donated by somebody. And then on the fan, it's written in the memory of Haridas Tulsi Prasad Chaurasia. Yes, saying. He'll go and he'll see that a room is built by somebody. But as you get at the door, it says that in the memory of Kanta Bhai Suraj Kumar Patil, something like that, in his in his 20th memory, his son, you know, right? Have you seen that?
Right.
I see that
Yeah,
all.
many times. See, the Hindu temple, if you go, it's as you enter, you see the list of
Mm,
donors.
yeah. So it's done for name, fame, or prestige in the material, in the present, moment. And after leaving the body, it comes as a return. Charity, is rewarded by thousands time more,
Mm.
which means heavenly pleasure. So you yourself, by engaging in charity, you are basically targeting to enjoy the heavenly pleasure.
Mm.
Krishna says that we have to go back to home, back to Krishna. Our Acharya says that we have to go back to home.
Yeah.
So engaging in this activity, we are basically making our next life better.
Prabhu,
And
that
then,
is how maybe in the temple
yeah,
or whatever the management may be following, but the person who is giving, they are giving in the context of, okay, I'm helping and I'm on the name of Krishna only I'm giving. But
I
still,
don't
it's
know. I mean, there are many people who has not even been to the temple, Mataji.
certificate.
But yes, but if it is that's the intent, then it's good. But I have seen many people who have done the charity and donations because they have money. For them, writing 50,000 check is not a big deal. And they'll say that, okay, I'll give 50,000, but you'll have to do XYZ for me. I will do that. Some
Yeah,
of
there
them
are
have become
two
devotees.
ways.
Some of them have never even, come to temple.
Yeah,
Both sides. But yeah,
yeah.
I
It's
mean, it's a
again
little complex. Go ahead. Sorry.
what I'm saying is depends on the intention, right?
Yeah,
Whatever the
that's why Prabhu
person
was
is
saying
giving
that
from.
ignorance, passion, and goodness. So charity could be in ignorance, it could be in passion, it could be in goodness. You're right. So aneka chitta vibhranta. Okay. Aneka chitta vibhranta. Vibhranta means memory has lost, right? Confused.
Bewildered.
Vibhrant. Bewildered. Bewildered is the right word, right? So aneka chinta vibhranta. Completely bewildered by various, the aneka is translated as many, various anxiety. Moha jala mavrita, bound by network of illusion. Prashakta kama bhogeshu. Prashakta. You know what is prashakta? Ashakta. Pra-ashakta. Ashakta means what is asakti?
Attachment.
Attachment.
And
Attachment.
what is para-asakti?
Super attachment.
Strongly attached. So pra-asakta kam and bhogeshu, by lust and by sense enjoyment. Patanti naraka asucho.
Narkesucha.
What happened to that person? All the person who has all of this asuric quality, finally they fall down into unclean hell. Says it. Patanti naraka asucho. Shucho, clean, asucho, unclean. So they fall down into unclean, hellish planet. With all
Asucha.
of this, they'll say that bhakti is the work, bhakti is the service that you should do when you are old. They say that or not? They say that, right? Right? So I think there are two more slides, and I would not rush. We'll time through it. I think I'm getting a lot through these slides, through these verses. So I'll just stop here and see have some discussion. If there is any questions, anything enlightening, anything that caught your attention to the discussions that we had today, I'll just take some time to talk about it. But nice discussion. Appreciate your participation and asking questions.
Prabhuji, whatever we discussed, yes, there are some demonic qualities, but so okay, here the charity agree they are giving just for their showing the pride, still they goes to Naraka, hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're doing the mode of
Because still he is doing the
ignorance.
charity in the mode of showing themselves, but still he is
Yeah,
doing.
charity can be in
Oh,
the mode of ignorance. Charity can be completely, uh, disturbing.
yeah, but that
So,
will goes to the hell, or like normally we are saying, okay.
so it's not only one thing, right? I mean, there is combination of other stuff too. It says here that anek chita vibranta moha jala samavrita, you know, pra asakta kama bhogesu. So there are other, this is basically the destination of the person who have asuric quality. You know, now in practical life, there are different, combinations of these. Some have
Yeah,
one bad quality, some have another bad quality. But the nutshell is that a person who has predominantly this demoniac quality, their destination of the demoniac people is the hell. So demoniac mentality. Now, uh, for sure, if it's done in mode of goodness, then it's good. Good. And one thing also that very very important that I would like all of you to do when we study Shastra and when we listen instructions coming from Shastra, there are two approach. Okay, one approach is that wherever I am, I can help myself to go up and try to sync ourselves with the teaching that's presented in the Shastra. Okay, that's the very nice approach. That's the excellent approach to advance. I heard something and I take it as it Krishna is saying that. So I should make endeavor to sync myself with that teaching. And the another approach is that we can drag that teaching down to where I am and trying to justify that, at this present position, how much of that fits in favor of me and how much is not fitting in favor of me. That could be also, but that approach takes a lot of time. That in that approach, mind would never let you get out of the confusion because confusion, Krishna says that comes from me. Remembrance and forgetfulness comes from me. So we should always pray and try to get up, move up. That's the best, uh, that's the best outcome of the Tattvic study. That we push ourselves. I understand. This is Krishna saying this is, not I'm saying that you have to be, completely naive. I'm not saying that. Don't take it that way. But also understand the limitations that we have, understanding the boundary that we have, and we should pray, my dear Lord. This is not for criticism. I'm not, through this, I'm going to criticize this whole material world is like that. I understand, but my best responsibility with this teaching would be that I read, reread, and take it very deeply in my heart, push myself up, up to the standard. That is the better way. Very quickly, we can get out of, our doubts. So, was it clear? What did I say? Can somebody summarize? What did I say?
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. That is really, really nice point. I really liked it, the way you explained. So some of the things with our current condition, we cannot appreciate, we may not be understanding. So yeah, what Shastra says, especially the contemporary acharyas, like Prabhupada says, we have to stick those things and we have to elevate ourselves. Some point of time, we'll get to the state to understand what it is. So at this point of time, we may not be understanding each and every point. So we have to stick to the acharyas and scriptures and elevate ourselves. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. That is, that I liked that point very much. Thank you so much.
It's very important. Very important. Very, very important. Once we are connected to a bona fide lineage, Brahmada Gauriya Sampradaya, Prabhu, I also have background. I also am coming from somewhere. But the day I got into this movement, I started dropping everything that I was carrying and only one goal. And how much I can understand this message as clearly as possible, and how much I can sync my life to the teaching that's presented. And that's helping me. That's really helping me. And now, ek साथ है सब साथ है सब साथ है सब जाए. By taking shelter of Brahmana Gauriya Sampradaya, His Divine Grace Prabhupada, his follower, I can see that my understanding is becoming very clear. And with that understanding, I can understand others' position also. I'm being respectful to others' position, others' opinions, and understanding the complexity that is presented in the society. But first and foremost goal should be how much endeavor we are making to sync ourselves with the teaching that is coming from your sampradaya, from your lineage. And if you do that dedication, you'll see miracle will happen. Bulb will light on. So, but if you drag it down, to justify where I am, what I'm doing, what understanding that I have, then that means very difficult. But very good summary you gave what I was saying. Okay, we'll hear from others. Manor Prabhu, what do you have to say?
Ah, well, I was thinking something that I forgot, but uh,
Okay, we'll give chance to Bimla
okay.
Devi Dasi Mataji. She is here. Yeah, anybody else anything to share before we wrap up for today?
Yes, Prabhu. I had actually question kind of thing. I mean, many of these tendencies, which is mentioned as demonic tendency, we may exhibit in the name of devotion or in the name of religion. Um, for example, uh, it says in this verse, "Prasatta kama bhogeshu, patanti narakesu cha." Now, suppose I'm fasting on Ekadashi and I'm feeling very really hungry, and I break fast with a grand feast. I mean, really trying to make up with everything I did not eat the yesterday. So that's also, I mean, very my strong attachment to enjoy, so to speak. The spirit of Ekadashi is not there. How would you say, Prabhu? We um, we have a strong tendency for sense enjoyment. We cannot disagree with that. But we are trying to do these devotional practices in order to regulate it. We are not there. So, I mean, we keep trying, but we feel that we keep falling down also.
I'm sure Prabhu you know the answer, but in the humility you are asking me. My personal understanding is that if we are breaking the fasting
Mm,
and eating prasadam because you are hungry, this is really not sense enjoyment. And
mm.
you should not worry for that. You should eat as much as you can because you are eating prasadam, you are hungry. Uh, at due course of time, this thing will go away automatically. Sometimes there are
Mhm.
physical need also, we have health issue. So again, I'll go back to the same slide that I talked. Have you seen that slide that there is uh, Shraddha and then there is Swabhav?
Prabhu,
Shraddha is yeah.
I'm hungry. Okay. Eating whatever is required. Eating grand feast.
It's good. We're hungry.
No. What I'm
Whatever.
asking is, yes, I'm hungry, but
Yeah.
eating what is required, whatever is required, is enough. But means my hungry might enough with that. But having the grand feast while I'm eating, that's still my sense enjoyment is there.
Yeah, or overeating, basically. So
Huh.
you're
Overeating and eating is whatever
Yeah.
I
So
like.
so so you have a desire at that time to eat, and you are eating, right? That means there is still some degree of attachment, some degree of sense of enjoyment, but one should not feel so guilty about it. That's what I'm trying to say. That is not like you made a offense or you are doing something that is very detrimental. Yeah, I mean, at due course of time, we have to have that control. But that also tells you that we have to, purify a little bit more. And still when power is off, fan still moves, slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly it stops. So at some point we were moving, at very fast speed. Now electric is off, and still there is some inertia. So you see that as the inertia, and not to. So that's what I'm saying. The answer is that as long as one is making endeavor to align with the value system, one swabhav is still not there. So I I'm a sadhaka. I haven't perfected my sadhana. You agree with me?
Yeah.
What
Okay.
does it
Yeah.
what does it
Yeah.
mean?
Definitely. Yeah.
What does it mean?
Basically.
That means that, but do I have a goal? Yeah, I'm acting under a goal. I have value system. Guru Shastra Sadhu teaching that is presented to Guru Shastra and Sadhu. That's my value system, right? That's why, I'm chanting, I'm doing, teaching Bhakti Shastri, I'm going to temple, all of that I'm doing because I have a value system. But right now, my current Swabhav is not as per the standard. But our Shastra says that still it's pure Bhakti. As long as endeavor is made purely, but Swabhava is not there, it's not mixed Bhakti, it's pure Bhakti. You are still performer of a pure devotion. So not, but yes, if intense, if we have intent to harm somebody, if we are really doing something wrong knowingly, and there is no guilt for it, then it's fallen, then it's gone case. But as long as there are some swabhava which we are trying to still go against, then our acharyas have said the the teaching of Shastra, Bhakti Shastra says still is performance of pure bhakti. Okay, so
Mhm.
swabhava at the course of time will be overcome. Will overcome that.
Mhm.
Yeah. But are we becoming stronger day by day? 100%. 100% we are becoming strong. And we have changed 100%. Have I changed 100%? I'm the same person? For sure not. Will I stay the same person? For sure not. All of that, Saradhar Sabda Vishwas Kahadir Nishchaya Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarvakar Siddhi Hai. So some of these Swabhav, lackness or things that we are lacking in our day-to-day Swabhava, don't be too heavy on that. Please forgive, be kind on yourself. Please forgive yourself. That release the bhakti, try our best endeavor. I always say that make bhakti our nature. As long as it appears that I'm doing it, I'm the doer, I'm doing it for, then it feels like that, it's some extra work. But by doing, it becomes nature and it becomes very natural to us. And that
Mm.
time, everything will be as per the standard and you would not even feel that you are doing. Sometimes I think how somebody whole life is brahmachari and then at the later age becomes sannyas. They have no wife, no life, no house, nothing, no money, nothing, right? But are there example of that or not? Yes, there are example. Devotees are doing that. So look at their feet. Krishna can, make us very strong against any bad thing that we have. It's my humble request that we should not be too heavy on ourselves also. At the same time, don't want to do anarthas at the course of time. What do you think, Manor Prabhu? Is that good enough or?
Yes, I think sometimes too much heavy on yourself also lead to unnecessary impediment on your bhakti.
Or
Yeah.
thinking that devotees sometimes tell me bhakti is not working for me. I think that I need to take this person out and give a short class, but I don't know, and that time the person might not be in a mood, or you know bhakti is always working. Maybe I was so heavy that I need more lift. Right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
bhakti is always lifting living being up.
But we may not able to recognize that left though.
That's yeah, that
Else,
I
right?
mean,
If we are too much
sadhu sangha sarva shastra ka hai. Yeah, that's why we need to associate with like-minded people, who are hungry for Krishna, thirsty for Krishna. They are running after Krishna. If you see somebody like that, you, you don't see demerit in that person. You see that one merit. That person is hungry for Krishna. Associate with that person. That person will purify, and since you have associated, you will also purify. And Krishna will purify both. That's some of my understanding. Okay, thank you so much. So can we adjourn here then today?
Yes, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. Vanchkalpataru Vaishya Kripa Sindhu Vaishya Siddhanam Pavane Vaishnave Gunam All Bhakta Thank you. So we'll finish the chapter, this chapter next week. Please
terrible.
read the purports and we'll discuss more. Hare Krishna. Dandavad
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Bol.
Very
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol Prabhu.
very bold.